Okay, happy Monday. We did a yin practice last week, and this week we'll probably do maybe a yin yasa combo. So, some yin and some vinyasa. We'll start with some vinyasa to get ourselves warmed up and then wind down. Sound good? Okay, so if you want to get any props, go ahead and get those. I'm going to grab a few things and go back to my mat, just back there. Okay, so let's. Oh, here comes Amanda. Hi, Amanda. We're gonna
Hi.
we're gonna do some vinyasa and some yin. So if you want to have your any props in your mat, get those for yourself. It looks funny to me that I'm at Source and I've got the mural behind me and I've got my Source shirt on too. It's like a little, see the mirror? The mirror of the image from the wall to my shirt. That's funny. Okay, let's begin with our breath, with our presencing practice. Close the eyes, go inward. As you go inward, move through any kind of like wiggles or edges in the body that want to be felt as you come into your tall spine. Long, deep breath in through the nose and sigh out the mouth. Again, inhale nose and exhale mouth. And now just the nose. Breathe in and out. Following the breath begins to slow the mind down to this time where the body actually lives, this present moment. Check in now with your body. Feeling the sensations inside. Places that are numb. Your emotional state now. How are you feeling on this Monday? Are there levels of tension or anxiety or worry that are present? Mentally, check in. Where are what are your most present thoughts? What's asking for your attention? Quality of mind right now? Quality of the thought waves? and witness, witness consciousness. Hold yourself with compassion, with awareness. Return to deep breath. Three-part breath and Ujjayi breath. Focus solely on your pranayama. Let's begin with the sound of Om together. Exhale and inhale. Great. Blink the eyes open. Come onto your mat where you turn wide. Wide edge of your mat. Feet out. I said we were going to start with vinyasa, but I really want to start with a wide fold. So we'll go with the flow. You can bring your bolster or block between your thighs or use nothing at all. Don't press through the heels. And then slowly lower yourself down. Support your forehead. Round in the spine. Continue to hold, and when the edge softens, you can deepen forward. Stay focused on breath. Hold and steady flow of breath. Three more deep breaths. I think we're down in this seated wide fold because it's one of the posture for all of us that can feel really vulnerable with the deep stretch through through the inner thighs, really delicate and tender for all of us, which is, again, collectively, I think, where we're at in this moment, whether we're aware of it or not. So can you hold in this edge of deep vulnerability and stay present without resistance or fear? Or notice if fear is coming up for you as you're holding this edge. Or anxiety. Notice if that comes up for you holding this edge. Inhale, we'll rise up, going ever so slowly. Erect the spine again. Pause, eyes closed. Hold the energy within you in and up. Wiggle the toes, move your prop aside. Hands to outer thighs, slide slowly in one foot and leg, and then other foot and leg. Bring feet together like this and squeeze knees and thighs together. Let your head drop down to your knees, either chin to your knees or eyes and forehead to your knees. Good. Inhale, lift your head. If you haven't turned forward on your mat yet, turn forward on the mat and come so that you're sitting on your toes. Toes are tucked under. Sit on the heels, hands rest in the thighs, on the thighs. Steady, long, full breaths. Exhale and release. Drop your hands forward. Untuck the toes. Paddle the toes, the tops of your feet on your mat, on the ground. And then lower down so that you're sitting now on your heels and the toes are pointing. So you're flat on the tops of your feet. And this time you'll lean back into your hands. Fingers are pointed away from you. And begin to lift one knee at a time. Stretching through your shin and the tops of your feet. Back and forth, knee lifts. Lift both knees together, at least try to. Lean back into the hands, both knees are up. Exhale, lower shins down, knees down. We come again into hands and knees, and we'll tuck our toes, float the knees, lift the shins, scoot the hips towards your heels, straighten the arms, and straighten the legs, downward dog. This downward dog, hold it steady and still at first. Chin is towards your chest, neck is long. Engage quadriceps. Rotate thighs inward. Slide shoulder blades down your back. Bring both feet together so they touch at the midline of your mat. Inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, bend both knees, and then turn knees to the left as you lower hips to right and look under the left arm.
Change sides. Inhale through center. Exhale, knees will go to the right. Feel the hips lower to the left. Allow the opening in the right side body. Inhale through center. Lift the heels again. Push into your hands. So your heels are up high. I'm kind of like up in the balls of my feet, pushing into my hands. And then try to lift into your tiptoes. Lift your heels even higher up off the ground. Engage the core. Keep pushing back. Push down into the hands so your weight goes up and back. And then exhale, begin to bend the knees, lower the knees to the ground, untuck the toes and lower hips to heels, come down into a child's pose, forehead to the mat. Arms are straight out in front. Feel your fingers crawl away from you. As you exhale, lower your arms out to the side, sweeping your arms down and around you, just tracing that line, maybe with your fingertips, back to your feet as you sweep the arms back. And then lift your hands so that they can interlace at the sacrum. And inhale, lift hands up, straighten the arms, forehead presses down. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Keep lifting the hands up, gently rock right and left, stretching into the front of the chest and the shoulders. Come back to center. Inhale, lift the hands again, higher. Exhale, lower down, hands to hips and feet. Release fingers. Let your shoulders melt over your thighs. Feel your chest press more to your thighs. Sink down. Feel like a rock floating down through water, just sinking, sinking, sinking. Hands, slide them forward along the mat. Reach out, get on your fingers again, fingertips. Look up between your hands and we'll slide through into a cobra. Down onto our bellies. Slither through the arms. Bring hands under shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Tops of the feet stay on the ground. Use your hands, press up. Hold. Keep pushing into your hands. Lift higher if it's available. Exhale, lower. Belly, chest, chin, nose, forehead down. Breath. And we'll rise up again. Inhale, lift. Up into a cobra. Hold. Exhale, lower. This time when you come down, turn your head to the left. Bring your hands by your thighs. Pause, feel, release legs, release glutes. Slide the hands under the shoulders, forehead to the mat, tuck under the toes, tone the abdomen, navel to spine. Inhale to a plank, press up, hold. Exhale, transition to downward dog. Inhale the right leg up in the air.
Look up between the hands, step right foot up. Low lunge, stay down. Come into your peace fingers, gaze up with your head. Keep the right knee over the right ankle. Active in the left thigh spirals inward. Steady. And then kind of release a little bit lower with your arms and your head. Plant the left hand on the ground. Slide the right foot back to the left and then come into side plank on the outer edge of your left foot. Right arm will come up. Hips lift. Reach up. Any version of side plank. You can stand your right foot if you'd like in front of the left. And that's like a kickstand. Start to turn your torso open to the left. Keep the feet stacked if you can. Your right arm will open to the left a bit more. Strong core keeps you from falling over. Inhale, arm up, right arm up. Exhale, we rotate back to a plank. And lower down to our front body. Point the toes, roll the shoulders back, forehead on the ground. Inhale, rise up, cobra. And hold. Exhale, lower down. Tuck under the toes. Inhale, push up, plank. Downward dog, back. Hips high, hold steady. Inhale, left leg reaches up. Exhale, step left foot forward. Low lunge, we're gonna hold pretty still. Come into the peace fingers, engage the legs, gaze forward and up. Right quad tones, right thigh spiraling in, navel to spine. Deep breath, long, full breath. Plant the right hand down, lower the torso a bit, and you'll shift left foot back to right. Roll open to the left, side plank. Stack the feet or step the left foot to the ground in front of the right leg. Left arm up, hold. Hips up. Right upper arm externally rotates. Then you start to turn slowly, if that's available, open to the right with your upper body, your chest, your arm, core locks. Hold steady, steady. Let's come up. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, around to plank. This time, just lower the knees, lower the elbows down. Anahatasana. Palms are flat, hips shift back, forehead or chin to the mat. Actually, let's hold opposite elbows with our hands. Okay? And stay here. Heart sinking, heart melting. Slowly with the breath, exhale and sit hips to heels, sliding down into a child's pose. Hands can stay forward or hands can go back by your feet. Melt down, maybe go wide and let the chest fall through your thighs.
If you brought your hands by your feet, slide them, or your arms by your feet, hands by your feet, slide them forward. Look up, inhale, hands and knees. Take it slow, tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward dog. Exhale, hips rise, push into the hands, especially thumb and pointer finger. Engage the core. Left heel, angle it down to the midline of the mat. We'll inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, step right foot up between the hands. We're transitioning into triangle. Bring the right hand inside of the right foot. Left hand, reach it towards the front of your mat, straight arm, and as you sweep it up, let that bring you up to standing. Arms out. Take a moment and make sure your alignment is correct with feet and legs. You can engage the quads. Gaze forward, soft shoulders, even though the arms are lifted. Inhale, lengthen spine, up. Exhale, hinge over the right hip crease, hips press to the left, glide forward, and then tilt right hand to your block or your shin or ankle ground. Left hand will start to angle up. And the left hand, this version, will bring the left hand behind our back, trying to find the right hip and thigh with our left fingers and roll the left shoulder back as you gaze up. If this isn't good for your practice today, any triangle version is good. The more you engage your quads, the stabler you get through the legs. You might need to come up higher with your right hand on your shin. Feel like you're pulling your thighs towards each other, your feet towards each other. That'll help create stability in the legs instead of just like hanging down in your inner thighs and in your hips. If you brought your left arm back like me, inhale, left arm up, free it. And then exhale and push into the feet and we rise up slow, slow. Pause here, center. Reverse triangle, exhale, left hand to outer left thigh, right arm sweeps up, you reach back. Gaze up towards the ceiling under the right arm. Exhale again, push into the feet, float up. Arms will come to parallel to the ground. We'll pause again. Keep active in the legs, engage quads, pull feet towards each other, turn palms to the sky, inhale, arms straight up. And then we exhale and hinge over the right leg again with both arms floating. This takes more core. So keep the belly button squeezed in. You probably won't lean as far forward, and that's okay. Keep the left shoulder rolling back. Can't hold it for long either, at least not me. Okay, inhale, rise up. Exhale, drop the arms. Close the eyes. Feel the energy flood through your torso, your head, your shoulders, tingling in the arms. Let's transition through a vinyasa. We'll inhale our arms up. Exhale, turn forward, lift the left heel, bend the right knee. We're high lunge. Exhale, hands to the ground. Left hand inside of the left foot, right arm lifts as you turn to the right. Revolve lunge. Exhale, right hand down.
Right foot to left, plank. Let's settle into a neutral position, wide child's pose. Knees open, chest lowers through thighs. Forehead touches down. Inhale, rise, hands and knees. Knees under hips. Exhale, downward dog. Go slow, go with breath, go with awareness. Right heel angles down to the left side of the mat as the left leg lifts. Exhale, step forward, foot between the hands. Right heel, drop it down to the mat. And then right hand, sweep it forward and up. Let it guide you up into your triangle. Left leg straightens. Take a moment, adjust legs. Soft shoulders. Gaze through the left middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Fold over the left hip crease. Left hand will come down. Shin, block, floor. Right arm up. Tuck under the tailbone. Exhale, bend the right elbow. Hand comes around your back to hold outer thigh. Or just push the back of your hand into your low back if you've got shoulder issues. Or keep your hand up or forward. Exhale, push into the feet. Rise, release, arms out, float them up parallel to the ground again. Breath. Feel legs active, quads engaged, feet squeezing towards each other. Lower right hand to outer right thigh. As you reach over the right side, open the left side. Exhale, push into feet, rise up. Arms float out, palms down again. Center, breathe. Turn palms to sky. Inhale, hands up, hands over shoulders. Tone the low belly. Exhale, hinge to the left. To any degree. Keep the low belly toned. Navel in, Mula Bandha engaged. Thighs active, legs pulling in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, this time float the arms down. Restfully soften. We'll inhale, float the arms up again. Turning to the left for high lunge. Bend left knee, lift right heel. Square the hips, square the shoulders. Exhale, hands lower to the mat. Right hand inside of left foot and revolved high lunge, or revolved low lunge. Turn to the left arm up, or anywhere else you all like it. Exhale, release. Left hand down. We're moving into pigeon. So we'll do pigeon right and left. We'll start on the left side. Scoot your left foot over to the right. Lower the outer left knee down. Right kneecap down. Turn forward. Adjust your legs where it's good for you for the hips. If you want to slide your bolster close to your block, do. I'm going to lower down onto my bolster and melt forward. Swan, our yin version, we'll hold it a few minutes. Inhale, begin to release, push into the hands, lift up. Pause. Push into the hands. Left leg, slide it back and up. Right toes will tuck so you can lift the left leg out and up. And then do what feels good for you. Maybe you want a vinyasa, maybe down dog is fine. Maybe you shake out your leg, left leg. So we can reset for the other side. When you're ready, just bring the right knee up between your hands. And here we are in pigeon on this side. Align your legs, your hips, use your support. Stay tall for a moment. Feel yourself sinking into the hips. Gravity pulling down. And then lower, down. Soften. A few minutes here. Continue to be with your edge too. When the sensations dissolve, go deeper. Excavate further. Inhale and we'll lift. Take a moment to absorb. And then this time we'll just drop the right hip down to the mat. Slide the left leg around forward. And turn again on your mat so that you're sitting with wide legs, both legs wide. Sometimes interesting to revisit a pose that we do in the beginning at the end of class. So same seated wide fold with your props to support you or not. And then when you're in the posture, go down, fold down. And then find again that edge, that vulnerability, that intensity. And breathe with it. Allow yourself to feel it. Try to stay as present as possible with the sensations that are happening right now. Slowly rise. Take all the time you need to get tall. Stay present. When the shoulders are over the hips, about 3 to 5 breaths, just sitting, opening to what is even more inclusion and spaciousness. Wiggle the toes, move the ankles, grab the outer thighs, glide the legs in. Same thing as beginning two. You bring your feet to the mat and thighs together and then squeeze into this little egg shape, chest to thighs, chin to knees or forehead to knees. Great. And like we did in our last yin class, let's come into a supported fish. So I've got my block. I'm going to set it up here so I can lower my shoulder blades down onto it and bring the back of my head to the ground. Arms are open out big and wide. Options are to roll your blanket and slide it under your shoulders. Roll your blanket like a log. Use your bolster instead of a block. You could also take the bolster where it's just along the spine long ways, and your head will rest on the bolster too. Or the way that we do it where we sit our butt up on the bolster and lie back so that your shoulders are on the ground, if you know what I mean. But intention is lifted heart, open upper back. I do this one frequently because we kind of need it a lot because of all of our computer and screen time, where we're rounding forward and hunching forward and reaching our arms forward in front of us. Let's externally rotate shoulders and arms and open up the chest. Good. Two more breaths or so. Then begin to come out of it. If you really want to stay, if it feels great today there, stay there. If you want to come off the support, you can press yourself up with your elbows and come forward, or you roll and tilt to one side. Good. And then winding down, you'll get ready to come into corpse, which might mean gathering your blanket or your sweater, put it back on, or your socks, put it back on, put them back on. And then, of course, always check in. And if there's something more your body needs, give it to your body. Spinal twist, happy baby, just a big stretch or movement along the ground, perhaps. Yeah, need a chest press. Great. If you feel any level of discomfort in your physical environment, particularly with temperature, like it's cool, if you can, help yourself with that. Don't deny your body the comforts that it wants. When you give your body that comfort, it's another way that you're listening to your body's wisdom and intelligence and what it needs. As you find stillness, turn into the physical form and what sensations are present now. Observing streaming, tingling, throbbing and pulsing. Heartbeat. Respiration. Give permission for every aspect of your experience to be present and to be exactly as it is. Suggest to your logical mind that now is the time for tuning inward and embracing and accepting all that you are, all that you discover, all that you feel. Notice what happens when you give yourself permission to be exactly as you are. Shedding awareness of your body, feeling lighter, more spacious, limitless. Become an explorer of your interior space. Maybe you notice colors, patterns of energy, images that arise. A quality, a feeling sense that's there. What happens when you get still and go inward? What do you notice? Connect to your breath. Long, slow, deep, steady breaths into your body as you start to move toes and fingers. Roll your ankles and wrists, head right and left. Bring up a good stretch. Let any sounds out as you emerge. Roll to one side. Press to seated. Rest your hands on your thighs, palms are up. Feel the sense of grounding in your body and the lift, the expansion that's happening also. Feel the integration that's occurring. And we'll say the sound of Om together. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Namaste.